Today I want to share with you what works for me when it comes to letting go and trusting. And let me tell you something. It's one of the most scariest things I've ever had to do is trust. If you have been feeling in the past month overly stressed out, like almost to the point where you're wired and tired, like no energy, but there's a lot of anxious energy. Like if I don't do this, then this isn't going to happen. Or like I'm worried about sales. I'm worried about this. Like I got all this stuff to do. How's it going to get done? That kind of thing. So fortunately, women have this thing about being perfect. It is who we are. We want to be perfect, perfect. And if we're not perfect, or we say that things aren't perfect, it kind of comes with shame. Like we should be happy, we should have this thing, we should be rich already, we should already be, a size 0 or whatever the case may be. And there's a lot of shame in what we do, and I think that we should embrace those because it's human. We're very human. A lot of times, some of the woo-woo people in the crowd tries to just think positive, and that is very toxic in itself, because when you do that, it's almost like a child's coming in the room to tell you they're scared and they're sad, and you're telling them, don't think that way, just think positive. Well, that doesn't fix anything, And unfortunately, a lot of women have to wait till they experience severe tragedy to wake up. And but those of you that are smart, because I know you are, you take action way before anything like that happens. You know how you're supposed to be feeling. You know how things are when you're aligned. And when we fall out of alignment, that's when things get scary. Just know that when you feel really stressed out, it usually means you're out of alignment, and all you got to do is find your way back into alignment. Listen, I would be lying if I said that this one training is going to solve everything. It's not. It's not even the tip of the iceberg, okay? But when we get triggered, when we get run down, we start tapping into the fear of, what if everything goes away? What if I fuck it up? Blah, 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 blah. And all that's trauma. That is, or you could call it negative charges, blocks, limiting beliefs, whatever you want to call them, but it is what it is, okay? Trusting is very scary to those that come from trauma. Trauma meaning, like if you grew up in chaos, or the adults around you suffered anxiety, they had anxiety issues, maybe they drank wine every night, maybe they depended on Skull every day, or cigarettes, or coffee. Everything was like your parents' energy was at the mercy of what was going on in the world, the news, what happened at work that day. Low emotional intelligence, right? So they're just projecting what they know, what they were taught. They never do any work on their emotional intelligence, right? So how do you let go? How do you let go, Casey? Well, for me, letting go and saying fuck this shit is making sure my ass is in the gym by this time, whether I'm doing a stretch routine, and then it's writing, or it's sitting on the beach. It is sitting by myself some fucking where. It is sitting on that couch right there in my office with all the blinds closed, telling my family to give me an hour. It is in the bathroom telling my family to give me 30 minutes. It's somewhere. So letting go is, well, if what you're doing right now doesn't feel good, and you push that aside, and you trusted that either way you were going to be okay, and you knew you were going to be okay, and you're actually going to get something better, how would you feel? Well, feel that way right now, and then how can you go get by yourself and just breathe, or cry and walk, get by a body of water, listen to be alone. You have to go be alone and just sit with those feelings. Let them come up. You may want to scream, you may want to cry, you may want to write. Your job is to go sit with that and release. That's the letting go. Paying attention to that stuff. It's just like wine. Well, just one glass of wine, yeah, but just make sure that you're not doing it because you're really stressed that day. You're going to be, because now if you do that, you're just going to prolong the inevitable. When you could just go sit for 30 minutes or 10 minutes and fight that urge, and sit there with that feeling of fighting the urge. Get down to beneath the urge, and you'll find stress and unmet expectations and love unreceived, and maybe some betrayal, maybe some disrespect, and you'll get to feel that. And then you may cry, and then you may feel pissed off. It's okay. You need to just feel all that shit. But once you start increasing your emotional intelligence in this way, it'll get shorter and shorter and shorter. What used to take you, months to come out of, and then you'll have to clean up the mess that you made from the months of being out of alignment. Now you'll catch yourself, and you won't be out of alignment as long. You do that over time, and things get easier for you. Even challenges, when you're at that point, challenges that come your way don't really take you out. Take as long as you need and then go back home. You have to give that to yourself. If not, then your life's going to be fucking hard. And you get what you deserve at that point. I mean, some people just don't deserve success because they're not willing to do the work. They're just not willing to sit with their shit. And if you will, that's called letting go for me. That's how you let go and release, is you just go get by yourself. That's it. And then now, I'm telling y'all, it gets to be easier. If you will learn how to surrender, accept, let go, trust. And it takes practice. It's like perfecting your squat. It's going to be really scary in the beginning. You're going to feel like you're going to fall over. It's going to be scary when you put more weight on the bar. It's going to be scary when you remove the safety bars. You know, it's just like that. You really have to practice and redo and practice and redo and then make notes, and then you'll start finding your triggers. When you get scared, you'll be like, oh yeah, this means I'm out of alignment and here's what I need to do. And you'll always find the answer in your time, in your time, like when you're sitting there by yourself doing the inner work. It may take 5 minutes, it may take 10 minutes, it may take an hour, and it may take hours multiple days a week. But if it gets you where you want to go and it makes you happy and it's going to improve your life on levels you would have never even imagined, like, would you do it? What do you have to lose? And you do that every day. You're the most important, okay?